What's going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Marks. So, of course, it's just finished there at the King Power Stadium, and of course, as you can see up above, the scoreline went in Leicester's favour with a 4-0 win against Newcastle. And of course, the scoreline doesn't really dictate how the game played out neither. If you actually look at the game and look at how, things went on in the game as well. Again, I know I do say quite a lot on the channel, but, it is truthful at the end of the day. And I like to be honest with me thoughts on the games. And I've got to say, the referee was absolutely terrible today. Peter Banks, of course, Liverpool referee, and he was absolutely dreadful. The penalty decision he gave on the 38th minute for Leicester to take the lead in the game was absolutely diabolical and really just absolutely pathetic. You could see it back on the replay that Maddison was already, off his feet before he even got anywhere near Jamal Lascelles. So, you can't really blame Lascelles for that decision, going in Leicester's favour. At the end of the day, it was a clear dive and it should never have stood. But of course, Paul Tierney was on VAR, and we have seen Paul Tierney give, 2 penalties already this season in Newcastle games when he's refed in them, so it speaks volumes in itself right there, and then of course that didn't help matters, that whole decision going in Leicester's favour, and of course we had a chance in the game, where we should have got a shout, but we didn't get a shout on a free kick. And Leicester got a shout on a free kick outside the area, quite a few shouts on free kicks outside the area for Leicester. Basically, I'm going to just put this entirely down to, the referee. He was very one-sided in my opinion. I know it's probably going to be one of these reviews where, not everybody's going to agree with what I say. And at the end of the day, you're entitled to your opinion. But, I watched the match and my thoughts are quite clear on what went on in that match. It was quite obvious, that it was a one-sided officiated game. And it was quite obvious there was agendas there against Newcastle in the game. Now, obviously there will probably be Leicester fans that will come on and watch this review. If you do, at the end of the day, you can't say that your team thoroughly deserved to come away from that game, with a 4-0 win against Newcastle, because some of the decisions in that game were absolutely dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. And, of course, there was many times, where we're seeing players like Sonichu, who did 8 fouls in that game. 8 fouls in that game by Sonichu. And he only eventually seen a yellow card towards the back end of the match. If he had have seen one a lot sooner in the match, then, when he did eventually do it at the back end of the match, he possibly would have been sent off. But looking at the way that ref officiated the game, Peter Banks officiated the game today, no way was any Leicester player going to be getting sent off. There would have been more chance that a Newcastle player would have got sent off in the game. And it's just one of them things, it was a winnable game. We should have come away from this game with 3 points, but unfortunately, we were against 15 men at the end of the day, so there's absolutely no chance we're coming away from this game with 3 points in the bag, or even a point in the bag, to be honest. But if we look at the Premier League table up on screen now, that doesn't really do much damage on we. We do have minus 17 on goal difference, but we're still only 3 points behind Watford in 17th place. Of course, we do have the games coming up against Liverpool, which is the next game, and of course then the 2 games against the Manchesters. So in a way, if you look at it from that aspect, it does really dampen it a bit, because we should have got 3 points on the bag today. But like I say, we weren't going to get it, with a referee officiating a game as one-sided as he did tonight. But let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Of course, there will be a match preview out on the channel for the Liverpool game as well. I'm going to have a guest coming on to that as well, FPL Penguin. He is a Liverpool fan, and of course that's going to be a pre-record, as I will be busy. But you can watch that on Monday or Tuesday up on the channel, probably the Tuesday up on the channel if you want to check out that preview ahead of the game against Liverpool. But tonight, You know, there was absolutely no chance Newcastle were going to come away from this game with 3 points, not with the officiating that was on show from Peter Banks and, of course, Paul Tinney and the VAR headquarters. It was just one of them games, and you know, the Leicester fans, I'm sure, will probably be wanting Brendan Rodgers to stay now as well after all of their sourpuss comments before this game. But, you know, that's just the way their fan base looks like it's turned. Apparently, you know, they've gotten accompanied to the similar going on that, you know, the cartel clubs seem to get in the Premier League, and they've become one of them fan bases, you know, where they're just sourpusses when they're not getting their way. But let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, remember to like, share, subscribe to 100% Mags. We're on the road to 700 subscribers. And, of course, that will help the channel to grow. Until next time, I'll see you all later. And how are the lads?